Global DJ Network for Tuesday Tips Live. And a very big hello to everyone joining us on our YouTube channel here at Digital DJ Tips for Tuesday Tips Live. It's me, Phil, in the studio once again, and as you can tell by looking at the screen now, we're looking at DJ books this week. Hello, welcome. It's awesome to be here. And we have had loads of people. You see, last week, I think it was last week or the week before, we just pulled out a couple of books from the bookshelves, and loads of people said, what's that book? Tell me the title of that book. What is it? So I thought this week for Tuesday Tips Live, we'd have a look at some of the books that have inspired me over the years. It's a completely personal choice of DJ books that I think are pretty awesome. So that's what we're going to be looking at. And I'm going to talk you through like 5 or 6 books that I really enjoyed, either 20 years ago or literally last week. Christmas is coming up, right? So you can stick them on your Christmas list. Or if you're going away for the holidays, you can stick them on your Kindle or whatever. Some of these you can't even get anymore, never mind get on your Kindle. But anyway, we're going to be looking at DJ books, and that's what the pictures were that you saw down there on the screen. So those ones there you go, the DJ books. All right then, so before we do that though, I want to just let newcomers know what this is all about. Digital DJ Tips is the global DJ school. We are here to help you wherever you are in the world learn to be a better DJ or a better DJ producer. We do that via digitaldjtips.com, our huge website. We do that via YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all the other channels where we are active. We also go live once a week here. So if you haven't got our DJ courses, you're not ready to buy a DJ course yet, and I've got some great offers on those at the moment, by the way, I'll tell you about that a bit later. But if you're not ready to get one of our 20 DJ courses and learn with us officially, if you like, we do this every week anyway, so you can learn stuff from the team and from me that way. Right, that's what this is all about. Let's take a look, shall we, at some of the books that we prepared for you. So these are the books that I've got to talk you through today. We have Now That's What I Call Music book. Yes, you read that right. For those of you in the UK, you'll know what that's all about. Those of you who aren't, you will soon. We have The Secret DJ. We have the DJs Handbook. We have This Is Your Brain on Music. We have Every Song Ever and How to DJ Properly. Oh, and this book here, Rock the Dance Floor. I wonder who that might be by. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about all of these books now. Which one should we start with, people? Let's start with Now That's What I Call Music. Right, let's start with this one here, the Now That's What I Call Music official book. Let's talk about why I think this is such an awesome book. So, Now That's What I Call Music is a compilation album series. It was originally on vinyl, then it was on CD, and I think they do playlists now and stuff, but basically it's a compilation series in the United Kingdom, right? So you won't have heard of this if you're outside of the UK. You can still get all these CDs on eBay and on, CDs all over the world. Anyway, you can buy CDs all over the world, but it's a UK compilation album series. It started in December 1983. I know because I bought the first one, and I bought several of them ever since. But what they do is they basically compile a lot of the big hits from the major labels onto a double album or a double CD every 2 or 3 times a year. I think they're up to number 103 now or something like that. As I say, I bought number 1. Makes you feel old. This book here represents for me lists. This is just full of lists. It's just full of every single album, all the tracks that are on it, a bit of pop trivia about that particular time as well. So for instance, I just opened Now That's What I Call Music 22, and one of the bits of pop trivia is Blue Room by The Orb is recognised as the longest single track to become a UK top 10 hit at 39 minutes 57 seconds. Chart rules at the time classified recordings over 40 minutes long to be albums. So they had it at 39.57, so it could be a single. There you go, and it was on Now 22. They say they've edited it down quite a lot. Look, what DJ with a beating heart is not going to be interested in pop trivia like that? This stuff's awesome. So this book represents for me getting into pop trivia and following lists and buying books that are full of pop trivia. Mike Walter, who is a well-known DJ over in the States, has got a book called This Day in Music that you can find on Amazon. Big coffee table book, similar to this, very different kind of, what it's about, but it's the same thing. It's lists, it's music, it's singles. You need to be really down with popular music, popular culture, charts, what everyone's listening to, what's on the radio, and what has been this year, last year, last decade, 50 years ago. Books like this, and this is just an example. There's loads of books you can get like this. I just think they're absolutely brilliant. this is like catnip to me. This is bad. If I sat down with this, suddenly an hour's gone, and I'm kind of like looking at what was going on in the charts in 1994 and learning about Eva Cassidy, and oh, it's just awesome. It's just it's an awesome. Just, you know, I could get lost in this. The next thing I know, I'm on Spotify. I'm looking these tunes up. I'm compiling playlists, and anyway, like I say, catnip. Let's put that one back down there. I don't want to get too carried away in that one right now. So that was our first book. Now that's what I call music. The now that's what I call music book, and that represents lists. That represents DJs buying books about charts and about lists. A very important thing to do. Okay, let's move on. My second book I'm going to select is the Secret DJ book. The Secret DJ. So let's talk about what the Secret DJ is all about. So the Secret DJ is a book which is basically a expose, if you like, of the music scene for DJs in the UK, Ibiza, that kind of scene of the 90s. No one knows who it's written by. We all have our ideas, but no one knows who it's written by. It is kind of like part, you know, one of those sensational books that you can't put down because it's full of sex and drugs and rock and roll, and you reckon you probably know half the names in it if you're of a certain age. But then it gets very dark. And the DJ in this book goes through a big dip. Call it a midlife crisis, call it a drug psychosis, 10 years or whatever. But the DJ in this doesn't have a very good time and comes out the other side with a better sense of how things should be and how to relate to the art of DJing without spending all your time, doing stuff which means you probably won't be alive this time next year. It's an awesome book. I really enjoy it, and if you've got any interest in the rave scene in the 90s and the first explosion of superstar DJs with all the ups and downs, it's also hilarious. It's also got some really funny stuff in it. It's called The Secret DJ. It's on Faber and Faber, and it's a really, really good book. If you want a big read that you won't be able to put down over Christmas, I reckon The Secret DJ could well be it. I'm not sure if there's an audio book. Of course, the Secret DJ, his or herself, wouldn't be reading the audio book. But anyway, you can certainly get it here and on Kindle. So that is my second choice, The Secret DJ. And I guess that represents any kind of DJ biography, any kind of music industry, this is how it was book. Really important for DJs to read that kind of thing, I think. Right, before we move on to the next books I've got, let's go and get a few of your comments. I'm sure you've got things to share about these books and other books. So let's head over to the comment cam. Hello comment cam, nice to see you again for another day. All right then, so let's see what you're saying. I was just checking my little box from my team saying, yes, you are kind of on air. It's all working. I always like to check that first time I get to the comment cam. All right, so Tony just says Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas, Tony, to you as well. So hi to DJ Dash TV, hi to Timothy and Bill and DJ IMN, all the usual hellos. DJ Dash TV actually immediately in there helping us with content. Look, there's no excuse to not enrich your knowledge in your craft. You can read every time you go to the number 2. You can indeed. But if you take one of those, now that's what I call music stroke list books, you might be there for a very long time. So anyway, they'll be knocking on the door. Come out. All right then. So Lucas and me back and Alba all saying hello. Alba says, I like your information. Thank you for your time. You're very welcome, Alba. All right then. Norm HD says, now 1, 2, 3, 7, 11 and 12 are all my favourites. Anyone who watched what was that, Car Share with Peter Kay in the UK will know the classic when he asks his car share, what is your favourite album of all time? And she says, Now 32, which is awesome. All right then. Norm says, and Now 10 as well. So there you go. Thank you, Norm. All right, there's an app game called Song Pop, says Alex, that's good to learn popular songs from various genres. Awesome. Song Pop. Thank you for that, Alex. So Steve has got one of the books we're going to talk about in a minute, How to Be a DJ. So we'll talk about that in a second, Steve. So I can already see the memes with Phil on catnip, says Armando. I don't think I'm famous enough for memes, am I? Justin says, I drive a truck for work and I listen to Rock the Dance Floor audiobook, that's my book, over 5 times. I learn something new every time I listen. Oh, thank you, Justin. That means a lot to me. Nice to know my book is blasting out in your truck. It's been a while since I caught this show. Good work, says Floyd. Thank you. Last night, a DJ saved my life from my man, Chris. Nice to have you here, Mojax. Also by Brewster and Broughton, The Best History for DJing. So that is a book about DJing rather than a book about how to DJ. And I agree with you, Chris. It's an absolute belter, but only room for one on my table today. Good to have you here, Chris. Joey says, I love reading about drug dependencies spiraling into addiction over Christmas. Nothing wrong with reading about drug dependencies spiraling into addiction over Christmas. You might find yourself in cold turkey. Boom, see what I did there? All right then, thank you for that, Joey. I'm really surprised you haven't got Last Night a DJ Saved My Life on the list, says Nigel. Another thumbs up for that. I've got one by Bill, but well, I'll show you in a minute, by Bill and Frank, just remembering Frank's name there, which is my choice. But yeah, they're both good books, sure. Subculture, thank you for your thank you. Every insight helps to improve your chances of getting booked, which is what it's all about, isn't it? All right then, so let's get back to the list of the books that we're covering here today. If you've just joined us, by the way, on Tuesday Tips Live, I'm just talking you through 5 of my favourite DJ books off the shelf here. We've got some new shelves here, which I'm going to return to. I'll get them back on the screen so you can see what kind of inspired this. There they are, there's the shelves, and I've got books here and stuff hanging around. I've taken a lot of them off and put them down here, and that's what we're looking at now. So we're kind of looking through the books that I've selected. We've already looked at, now that's what I call music, which represents lists. We've looked at The Secret DJ, the DJ biography, the Reveal All biography. I'm going to move on to this one now. This is just something I want to share with you guys and girls, because it's special to me. All right then, so what is it? It's called the DJs Handbook by Roy Shepard. Now, you can't buy this book anymore. This book is from 1986, more like. The DJ's Handbook. It's got pictures of DJs shearing sheep on Forces Radio. It's got pictures of old-fashioned turntables on it and stuff. I devoured this as a kid. I just bought this book. I don't know how I bought it, probably by mail order. And I literally slept with this thing under my pillow. I read every word in it about 100 times. And this represents just having that thirst for knowledge. Of course, in DJing now, there's loads of places you can get knowledge, blogs like ours, YouTube, courses like ours, books, of course, but you must devour the knowledge of the game. And this was the best I had at the time, with stuff like how to wire a plug and how to plug in your DJ gear so that when you turn it all up loud, it didn't trip out, and all kinds of stuff in it, different things about security and how to keep your money and how to set up a business, how to get a gig on radio. It was all in there, and I absolutely love this book. Roy Shepard is he's a motivational speaker nowadays, apparently, so his DJ days are long behind him. So this represents studying the art, being a sponge for the art. You know, you need to get that into your system if you want to improve at DJing. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Whoever you study from people who are online, like Mojax is with us. Mojax is a great person. Watch Mojax's reviews. He will get you really up to speed on the gear. Thanks for being here, Mojax. But also, as I was saying, videos, YouTubers, vloggers, courses like ours, anything where you can soak stuff up about DJing. I've got another book along these lines in a minute, actually. So the DJ's Handbook, that's how I did it at the beginning. I've thrown that in for history. You'll never find that now. If you do, if anyone does, share it with me. I'd love to know if there's another copy of this out there. Totally out of date now, of course. There's a great line in it that says, you know, some very clever DJs can get their music playing so that you don't know where the beats are when they move the crossfader across. This is very hard. Like, isn't it just? But there's a really clever line in there, a really funny line in there where they talk about that. Okay, so let's get that one back down there on our shelf, and let's talk through some more. So the next two I'm going to show you together. This is Your Brain on Music and Every Song Ever. So what are these two about? To me, these two are about the intellectual side of music. These two are about what music does to you, and that's literally what This Is Your Brain on Music by Daniel Levitin is about. Fascinating read if you're into kind of neuroscience and that kind of stuff. You know, it's what's actually happening to you when you listen to music. Of course, if you're a DJ who's a bit intellectual about these things, this is the kind of thing you're going to be loving, isn't it, right? Music's about manipulation. It's about the transfer of energy. It's all in there. Every Song Ever is a little bit different. This is more about in an age of plenty where you've got access to every song ever, hence the name of the track. How's our music listening been affected? So if you often think about, you know, has it really helped us to have 50 million songs at our disposal on Spotify and all that stuff? Every Song Ever is going to be the book one of the books out there that'll help you understand that kind of thing. I find this stuff fascinating. I find playlisting and the way we listen to music, the way it sinks in, the songs that become important to us, those that don't. I find it absolutely fascinating, and I think as DJs we should as well, especially mobile DJs, because it's all about triggering memories in people, isn't it, when you're DJing mobile? It's about playing the songs of people's lives, and that's changed so much recently. We used to buy an album a month if we were lucky as consumers. Now you've got every album in the world there forever. Everything's changed. I love that book, Every Song Ever. Neither of those are a particularly easy read, by the way, but you know, we don't always want easy reads, right? So that's 2 more that I'm sharing with you there. So back to our list of books. We've already talked about the Now That's What I Call Music book, The Secret DJ, The DJ's Handbook, Every Song Ever. This is your brain on music. Let's talk about how to DJ properly. So How to DJ Properly is by Frank Broughton and Bill Brewster, 2 absolute legends in the world of DJ journalism and DJing, in fact, in the United Kingdom. This is a book that I bought, and I think it's from about 1990 or something. I'm not sure when this came out. Maybe a little bit later than 1990. Let's have a look. Yeah, a lot later than 1990. I really am getting muddled in the head. It's in the early 2000s, so this is about 20 years old. This came out at a time when DJing was a big thing in the United Kingdom, and there was no book. There was no book on doing it. YouTube wasn't there. There was no way of looking up YouTube videos. The reason I've put this one in here alongside another historical book about how to DJ is that this one's good. I mean, that one's fun, but this one's good. This one's about how it's actually done, and it's all still relevant nowadays. Now, it's all about vinyl, but that's not a bad thing, right, people? Nowadays, people tend to start off with a controller or an app on their phone. They might buy a bit of gear, then they might kind of go to CDJs and one day learn vinyl, right? It's kind of going backwards nowadays, crazily. That's what this is about, and it's a really, really good book. It's also very funny. So if you want to get hold of a book, they're still available. Also, they wrote Last Night a DJ Saved My Life, one of the best books about DJing rather than about how to DJ, as we've already said. I really recommend it. It's probably $20 really well spent. It's called How to DJ Right on the US Amazon store, not How to DJ Properly. They obviously think that a long word like properly is too hard to understand in the US. Honestly, I don't get that. You understand that, right? Everyone watching this stateside, yeah? But anyway, it's called How to DJ Right for you guys. I really recommend it. It's a great book. Good read, funny, will teach you something. All right then, so there are books. The other book, of course, I wanted to share with you is my one, Rock the Dance Floor. Not for a bit of shameless promotion, although you can go and buy this in good bookshops or in Amazon or whatever, because I want to give it to you for free. You just have to join Digital DJ Tips. Go to digitaldjtips.com/join, and I will give you one of the current best-selling books on how to DJ that isn't about vinyl, it's about the way it's done nowadays. digitaldjtips.com/join. We'll give you a free PDF download of this. And if you want to go and buy the book as a souvenir or an audiobook because you enjoyed the download, be my guest. I'd love you to, but I'd love you to have the book for free. So that's why I put that one in there as well. Right. I've got a couple of things left to do. Firstly, get your comments about all this stuff. But secondly, I want to share with you how you can save an awful lot of money on our courses right now. So we're going to do both of those things for the last 5 minutes. And then I've got to interview a very big DJ for the podcast, Rock the Dance Floor, which I'm doing in about 12 minutes time. So let's get that stuff done quickly before I have to pivot to the podcast recording. Back to the comment cam then. So, hello comment cam, how are you doing? The comments, this is a favourite bit of the whole lot, isn't it? Raymond says, you are the best teacher, we don't need books. You always need books, Raymond, but I'm very thankful for that. Thank you for sharing that. Beatrice says, hi Phil, thank you for the Rock the Dance Floor book. I hope that I can start to read it in the weekend. Greetings from Belgium. So thank you for that. Jack says, I found a copy of the DJ's Handbook. You can get them if you look hard enough. Wow. You found one. Amazing. Didn't think they existed anywhere outside of my bookshelf. So there you go. All right then. Thank you for that, Jack. All right. More comments. Do you have material about Tractor for advanced uses, says Walter? Well, we have our Tractor course, of course, which you can get at the moment on a big discount. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But also there is a Tractor Handbook, which is a bit out of date now, but it's very, very good. Search Tractor Handbook. You'll find it. All right then, Phil, you are the best, my man, says DJ Robert Bond. Well, thank you, Robert. It's always nice to hear this stuff. Dennis says, the only way I'm going cold turkey is if the turkey is between 2 slices of good bread with lettuce, tomato and mayo. So there we go. Christmas is coming, isn't it? So Norm says, that's me! DJing from DJ on the iPhone to an SX2 to vinyl. Yeah, it's very normal. We went from vinyl to CDs to computers. People are going backwards nowadays. What a strange world, right? Good books are cool, says Salters. Thank you. What do you recommend on the DJ business as far as books go? I haven't got any massively good recommendations on the DJ business, to be honest. No, sorry, nothing springs to mind. Chris says, As I realised when speaking to some American colleagues recently, they don't use the word proper like us Brits. They were all copying me saying it. They thought it was hilarious. Awesome. Well, there we go. I'm going to keep using it in the USA then, Chris. All right then. I absolutely love how to DJ properly, says James. Absolutely invaluable information. I definitely recommend that one. All right then. Paul says, you've got a big schedule today. Live Tuesday tips, Rock the Dance Floor podcast interview, then Jason Janai course seminar. That's true. I have, and it sounds like I'll be seeing you in that course seminar a bit later. It'd be awesome to see you there, Paul. And Tweaking Track says, Phil is always on point. Charlie on YouTube, do any of the courses teach about mastering the cue pads on DJ controllers? Oh yes, lots of our courses teach you to master the cue pads. Let's go through a few of them. Layback Luke's Creative DJing course, Mixing Power Skills course, our Complete DJ course. There are 3. I'll tell you how to get some of these courses in a second. In fact, let's do it now because you're asking. I'll get my little control box. This is how we switch all our cameras. It's all very good. So if you go to djtips.com/courses, we have got all of our courses still in the Black Friday week sale at the moment with savings of up to $223, up to 45% savings on our DJ courses. So if you were thinking of getting a DJ course from us at some point, now is a very, very good time to do it. It's the biggest sale of our year. So head over there if you want a course. And as I say, if you want to learn about mixing or about using your hot cues and pads and advanced stuff, Layback Luke's Creative DJing, Mixing Power Skills are the 2 I'd recommend. Also our Complete DJ course, which actually has some stuff in about the business side of DJing for whoever was asking about the business side of DJing as well. So there we go. And I think we're probably done there. I've got 9 minutes to prepare for the podcast recording with the secret DJ, whose name I'm not going to reveal because he will be revealed when we put the podcast live on Friday. I've told you about the sale. I've told you about the books. And I think that's pretty much it. Tweaking Tracks is saying us Australians know how to use proper and properly, or they know how to use those words right, Americans? So Salters is saying, I'm trying to learn tractor with the Akai APC40 so hard. Get a tractor controller, Salters. You'll thank yourself for that. Right, I'm out of here now, people. Thank you very much for watching this. I'll see you again very soon. Meanwhile, from the Digital DJ Tips studio and from the Tuesday Tips Live production team, get good, get out there and make the moments. And do go to that link to get the Black Friday sale while it's still live. There it is one more time for you. Till next time, folks. Bye-bye.